Today we visited the Kuilei Place sales office to get a presentation so that we can give you guys the update on all of the new happenings when it comes to Kuilei Place. We're going to talk about building renderings. We're going to show you a little bit of what the interiors will look like. We'll show you different color schemes for kitchens and baths. We'll talk price points. We'll look at views. We'll check out amenity decks, even talk commercial spaces and parking. Stay tuned. Let us know if you guys have any questions. And as always, coreteamhawaii.com. Click the info below, give us a call, and we can set you up with more info.
So we just finished the updated presentation for Kuilei Place. How'd you feel?
Impressed. I like it.
My general impression and my general feel about Kobayashi Group is that I'm buying a quality product. There's just a level of trust built in when I see the logo. They have either built or been a part of building Four Seasons, Hualalai.
The Andaz Resort, which I used to work at, and I always thought this was like the swankiest, most modern thing.
One Ala Moana. If I own in Kuilei Place, there's a level of association. Same, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate the UH Cancer Research Center too. So I mean, just this prominent local figurehead in construction in Hawaii and in development in Hawaii. Let's look at some stuff behind us.
Yeah.
So this is a kitchen model.
This is the black and white.
So there are two, right? Yeah. You want to show them the two options here?
We'll kind of take a peek at these guys. So there's two different color schemes to choose from, blue and white or black and white. So the kitchen here is the black and white color scheme to kind of give us an idea. What's cool about here is you can like pick which one you want.
I want to ask the people at home, would you go with the black-white scheme or would you go with the blue scheme?
I 100% already know which one I want. 100%.
100% blue, right? Maybe this is a little more bachelor padish, right? A little more masculine.
That's super modern, but this just feels fun. But you know what? It's not like there's blue everywhere. Really, it's a matter of do I want white or black countertops?
With the black and white treatment, all of your countertops are this dark color.
Yes.
Whereas with the blue,
you get white countertops.
You get white countertops.
Yeah.
These Bosch appliances are standard. I like this not even optional.
It's not an optional
it adds
upgrade.
to my perception of this being an elevated building. I like this glass counter overhang so that, you know, your beef stew, your curry, your Hawaiian food, chicken long rice isn't going in between. Bosch is the only brand left that makes this. So pro tip, whether you're moving to Hawaii, moving within Hawaii, buying a house, not, if you want this, it's going to have to be a Bosch, and they're not cheap. Kohler is standard throughout. You know I used to work at Home Depot?
I did not know that.
I didn't tell you. I used to work at Pro City Home
I did
Depot.
too.
What?
For one day. Then I found out I was pregnant. I was like, nah, I don't want to work here.
I actually worked in plumbing and then kitchen and bath. We were taught to sell that Kohler's going to last longer. Bosch appliances, Kohler fixtures.
Locals, Kama'aina, probably know the area as Mo'ili'ili. Their block is unique where Kuilei is being built because around it, there are only just like a few like smaller parcels and they're low rise. They're 5,000 to 12,000 square foot parcels around.
Yeah. So here, let me do. If this is the building, the lots around are zoned as such that some of the buildings could maybe be converted to 75 feet. If at all, it's unlikely that they're going to be able to consolidate an entire block.
Because of the way they're owned too. They're like individually owned by different owners. Yeah.
Not to say that it couldn't happen.
So what that means is it preserves your view, which the fronting or the east side of the building is the track for Kaimuki High School. And then on the other side to the right, more Makai side of that, is the Alawai Golf Course.
Yeah. For some, and the Iolani crowd's going to say, no, that's not true. But for, you know, for a lot of people, Punahou may be like the prime. That's the school that Barack Obama went to. A certain association with Punahou. Well, Iolani is the other one. And they're potentially an actual stone's throw, like a block or so away. When you go to the end of University Ave, I guess the city's going to be building a crossover that'll get you to the ocean.
The way they're doing everything is they're going to make it super easy for people who just like have a bike.
So there's bike storage,
board storage, which is the bigger deal.
Shout outs to Mahi for confirming their surfboard storage.
Yeah.
She would. Kobayashi builds the nicest things, ocean fronting in the Ala Moana area, which you speak of the Ala Moana area in the same breath as Ward, as Kakaako, etc.
Yeah.
Price per square foot to be ocean fronting in these areas right next to this large shopping center. It's kind of refreshing for the condo people that there is this option.
Like a 2-bedroom on the 20th-something floor for under $1 million.
There's
like,
nothing.
You just can't do that.
Speaking of the stash, tribute to my father and yours.
Yeah.
So don't hate.
Kings of mustaches.
Kings, Uncle Larry.
Yeah.
And Uncle Harry. How do you feel about this bathroom?
I feel like the subway tiles could be blue. But aside from that, it's pretty big. I like it. It looks sleek. It looks modern.
For our retirement community.
Yeah.
this is big enough that it could be retrofitted. And we can even ask if there's an ADA option, but it's big enough that it could be retrofitted to allow for a wheelchair. I think of that. My father is at a point where it's harder to shower, etc. This is a lot of space.
I like that the water fixture thing is not directly under the shower. So you don't have to get blasted with cold water before the hot water starts.
Confirmed. The ADA options are not available in the
Prefab
building package,
anyway.
prefab.
Yeah.
But again, thinking of my father, thinking of my parents, this could easily be retrofitted. I see myself putting in a hard wall for my father, leaving this open. You could put a curtain
Slap
here if
a
you
couple
wanted.
of bars like in
Put
there.
some bars around.
Yeah.
A wheelchair could fit there.
If we need that, we can park certain parts of the building. You can park and live on the same floor.
So for my senior community, this might be a viable option, and close to medical centers,
Very
close to everything. We lit up the 1 bedroom. Here are the 2 bedrooms that we were talking about. What's the cost for the 3 bedroom?
So 3 bedrooms, you're going to start off just under $1 million at $989, and then you will cap out at 1.278. The cap is under 1.3, and you'd be hard pressed in other developments to even find like that on a low floor for that size condo.
Can we talk about amenities?
Let's talk about amenities.
Let's do it. I like the swimming in that I enjoy a lap swim, but I also don't want it to only be lap swim. So they're very thoughtful in having the lap swim area and general swimming. Let's go to lobby. They said 15-foot ceilings, kind of like a mix between an elevated resort lobby and like a market center feel, the way they have it set up, because residents can go downstairs and sort of use it like a coffee shop sort of situation. Meet with people.
Has like a co-worky feel to it.
Yeah. So I like that. And I think it's appropriate for the times. Fitness center.
So there's a lot of fitness options on this building already.
Well, you know,
obviously, I would be the one talking about the fitness aspect of
let's,
this. So
let's point out, what did they say in the
What?
in the presentation, in the pitch to us?
that you can't do cardio?
No. This is where the heavyweights are.
That's actually the cardio side
Where was it?
on the other side.
Okay. So what they said is this is where the heavyweights are, where Derek would be working.
It's like,
out.
oh, you would go, right? So multiple fitness options, also outdoor cardio available. They purposefully made this kind of like a track on the outside. So there's a 6-foot wood fence that goes all the way around and secures the perimeter. And inside of it, there's like a walking, jogging, whatever path.
And it's a quarter mile.
And it's a quarter mile.
Yeah.
So 4 laps around the building and you're at a mile. There's different little stations for calisthenics, things like that to stop and do while you're on kind of that outdoor path. The cardio side, you can like exit and it puts you right in the pool area. So that's kind of a cool feature.
This is actually one of the things that I was most impressed with. These private club rooms are anywhere from an additional living room to a sort of a loungy meet and greet and entertain guests sort of thing.
Yeah, but my favorite is like the penthouse style ones all the way at the top because they're way bigger, but also in the middle, there's like a karaoke room.
Really elevated lounges up here with karaoke room in the middle.
Yeah.
So imagine 43 floors up, you entertain guests, go into the karaoke room.
Pretty cool. I would be in the karaoke. I would be booked out
Just for you.
every
Just for
Friday.
you.
Just like
No party.
just by myself.
Just Mahi singing.
I'll bring my own mic. All right,
Let's
so
light up
club
the
rooms.
landscaping. It's nice.
Every room on the tower has a balcony. If you want that a little bit of like outdoor lanai, you can get that. So whether it's 1 bedroom through 3 bedrooms, every unit in this tower is going to have a lanai on it, balcony.
You're going to get views anywhere in the building, obviously. But obviously, the higher you go, the better. And those ocean views that people are looking for are starting in the low to mid 20s. If you want to be extra safe, I'll go 25 plus. If you're on this side of the building and you're not on the 25th floor, and you say you're on the 16th floor, you're still going to get Diamond Head views. So when people think new condo construction, they think of the Ward, Kakako area primarily. Recent condo construction, you can look in the Kapiolani, Ala Moana sort of areas as well. But for the most part, there have not been options like this in Hawaii for a few decades. If you're trying to buy a new construction condominium, you're not going to find ocean views just under $1 million. At this point, maybe a few of you out there are thinking, okay, where do we sign up? Go to coreteamhawaii.com, contact Mahi and I. When you purchase with us, there is no price disadvantage to you. You're going to pay the same for the unit irregardless, but this way you're going to have our contacts for your home inspection, contacts for an electrician, contacts for a mover, a designer, whatever it is that you need. You get our Rolodex, you get our book, right?
Plus, I feel like a big advantage to having like a team that's dedicated to you, that it's not just working for the building.
There are nuances to like, okay, well, I'm going to put money down now, but the building's not going to be finished for a number of years. I won't get keys until 2026.
Yeah.
What does that look like? What if interest rates change?
Right.
What if my situation changes?
Yeah. Point being, we got you, so call us.
So probably the biggest advantage to this side of the development is you can park and live on the same floor.
So like we were talking about when we're like brainstorming ADA options for our dads, that would be another thing that'd be a big benefit. You park where you live, you don't have to catch elevator with all your stuff. So there are steps eliminated from your process of parking to your and getting to your door, which may not seem like a big deal, but for some people really makes a huge difference. Say we are, aging in place. Say we are my dad. Say we are, single mom who doesn't want to have to carry a bunch of stuff and lug my kids and my stuff.
So let's say that a lanai is not important to you. Because that's
Yeah.
really the biggest drawback to this side of the building is
Yeah.
the lanai.
Yeah.
However, dining, eating, consuming just downstairs from your unit is a nice feature. You want more of that city feel, that Brooklyn, that New York, that San Francisco sort of experience. So we aren't allowed to say who and what businesses are coming because we're not allowed to steal that thunder. Although,
However,
I think I know. You think you know?
I feel like I know too.
There's only two people.
I feel like it's
There's
one of two. Just
a
a
prominent local
restaurateur.
restaurateur is going to be coming to Kuilei Place. Has secured
Has
this
secured the
side.
bag.
It's not just one. It's not like there's
It's
a steak restaurant.
I feel like it's like some kind of coffee shop,
coffee
something.
cafe. We're just making assumptions here. We don't
We
know
don't
for
really
sure.
know. It's gonna be a Subway.
No.
We can talk about that a little bit. So this is the commercial side to TBD, what's going to be there. These two entrances here, this is going to be designated for residents. And this side is where you would come in if you're like visiting the commercial area. So parking would be in here for commercial. On this side, on the floor level, if you go in this way through the resident entrance, there's guest parking on this side. And something that's cool, like if you don't want to like spend half an hour going all the way around the parking structure to get upstairs, they're going to solve that problem by creating a speed ramp on this side, meaning you do your loop here and you get off on whatever floor you want to do, which gives them the ability to make all of the levels in the parking structure level and flat, which means your parking stall's bigger.
Let's keep it real. Given the option, I'm living on the 43rd floor, Diamond
Well,
Head views.
100%. Down the hall from the karaoke room.
If 43 floors isn't for you, we've had clients who are like, I can't live above
yeah.
15. Like,
I've
can't
had
do
clients
it.
who are like, I can't live above like 5.
Let us know in a comment. Would it be important to you to park and live on the same floor? Would that even matter to you? Would you only buy in this building if you were getting Diamond Head views and you're on that side? Do you want to be more over here where you kind of gotta look at Diamond Head, but you catch less sunlight throughout the day on the other side of this building? Interested in what you guys think about when you're buying condominiums.
But again, the interior is all the same. Maintenance fee per square footage is 68 cents per square foot, which is cheaper than a lot of places.
That's pretty reasonable.
For town, especially.
For a building like this in town with these
With the amenities. It's important to note that your electric and your water are sub-metered. Each unit, you will pay for your usage there.
Water being sub-metered, you're like, I'm used to having my water paid for in my association fee. However, you don't want to be one person paying the same amount as a family of 4
Right,
for water.
yeah.
So it might be advantageous to some and disadvantageous to others.
They're doing cool stuff too, like their gray water initiative.
Gray water, if you're in the Navy or Coast Guard or in construction or something, you may be familiar with that term. But there's brown water, which we won't get into. There's brown water, then there's gray water. So if you're brushing your teeth in your sink, that water, you would think like, that water could water my plants. Now, here's the thing about gray water. It seems so obvious. When I lived in California, you literally weren't allowed to do that. It may be that way in most of Hawaii. I don't know if they got approved for it because they have a certain filtration system. But anyways, they're going to have it here.
And that's tracking to save 11 million gallons of new water usage per year.
You would otherwise be paying for that out of your association fee.
And since we're on this side and we can easily see it, we can talk about the different elevator stacks. It may not seem like a big deal. However, when we have as many residences as we have here, there's like over 1,000, right? With the mid-rise and the tower included. People are like, oh, I don't want to be waiting half an hour for the elevator, which is a real thing. So they were thoughtful in the way they did that. They have a stack here, so that's to service these guys here, a stack there, service that side there with the freight in the middle for, moving in, furnishing your place. And then here, 3 different major stacks for your elevators. So it's not like you're all using the same thing. So it does kind of keep it feeling like, oh, we're like a separate thing here and we're a separate thing there.
It's obviously one large community. They didn't want it to feel like a dorm or a barracks.
Yeah.
Thoughtful design and placement so that you kind of have your small pockets. But then obviously there's intentional gathering places such as the lobby with the marketplace cafe sort of feel. I was just excited after the presentation. If I were going to live in town and I wanted to get into something extremely nice, $1 million, sub $1 million, maybe slightly, like in that price range, there's just not another option. This is the best option. I would like to buy Kobayashi.
Yeah.
I would like to buy something
there's
by
like a
Kobayashi.
definite, like you walk into a Kobayashi building and you're like, oh, is this a Kobayashi?
It made sense to you. So you were like, 'cause
when I first came, the first time I saw it, and I was like, oh, like you can just tell when it's theirs. You know, there's just a different modernization. There's a different stylistic like individuality of the buildings. I think Andaz even means like your own individual style or something, like that's what that means. Because I worked there for a while on Maui. It's very cool and somehow still like very local. Like we have 15-foot ceilings, but everything is like wood. You know, so it like has like a elevated Hawaii feel to it.
This person had sold their one ala moana, they had moved elsewhere, and then he mentioned to me that he regrets it. I wish I were still there. I wish I didn't sell it. He didn't say I regret it, not owning Kobayashi Group. However, there's a correlation I'm noticing. You know what? Kobayashi Group, what I was told is the owners, at least in part, live in the buildings when they initially build them to get the experience to represent their investment in the community, to ensure a smooth transition as they eventually depart the community. I have a little FOMO. Like, I want one. As of right now, you can do 30-day rentals in this building.
Yes.
So they initially opened it up to only Hawaii residents, but now it's open to investors, it's open to all. As of now, you can do 30-day, what we would call in the industry, midterm renting. As you can imagine, you get a higher rate per month for a furnished 30-day rental than you get for a 12-month lease.
Yeah.
Because you're solving someone's problem, whether it be for vacation or for transition or for corporate renting or whatever, you're solving someone's problems. I don't know how it's going to perform. We can run hypotheticals, but I like the idea of being able to rent my place for the minimum standard for this zoning, this real estate parcel zoning. The minimum the city would allow is 30 days, and the association currently will allow 30 days. There are other places where, and on their land, in their parcel, they could technically do 30, but the association says 6-month minimum.
Yeah, and your association rule is always going to trump that.
And we know that in Hawaii, if you're at 80% loan to value, so $1 million, you put 200 down, you have an $800,000 loan, you're not cash flowing. But especially you got to pay a maintenance fee.
Rental.
You're not cash flowing at 12 months, but maybe you could get yourself to cash flow break even if you can rent your place for 30 days. And 30-day people typically aren't these crazy partiers jumping off the balcony into the pool and stuff. It's typically a corporate rental type situation or
somebody who can be here for 30 days.
Take a 30-day vacation, right?
All right, guys, as always, coreteamhawaii.com. The link is in the description below. Give us a call. Register on our website. If you have any questions about Kuilei Place or real estate in Hawaii or elsewhere, we want to be the first people you guys call.